All right, welcome back. It's 2 Newsweek, where we discuss the biggest stories that made the headlines in the week. The political atmosphere in Edo State took a new shape this week when the State House of Assembly impeached embattled Philip Shaibu as deputy governor, ending a long-drawn drama between him and Governor Godwin Obaseki. He was impeached during the House plenary session in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Shaibu's impeachment followed the adoption of the report of a 7-man committee set up by the Chief Judge of Edo State, Justice Daniel Okumbawa, to investigate allegations of misconduct against the deputy governor. Majority Leader of the House said that while the report of the panel was unable to establish the case of perjury leveled against the deputy governor, the panel found him guilty of disclosure of government secrets. 18 out of 19 members present at plenary voted for the impeachment of the deputy governor, while one abstained from the head count and voting process. Days later, Omobayo Godwins was sworn in as the new deputy governor of the state. I still have Justice Ojini with me. Now, joining me via Zoom is Joel Kemi, a doctoral researcher, public affairs analyst. Let me begin with you, Mr. Joel. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
I mean, considering that Governor Obaseki's evident disapproval of Philip Shaibu following their disagreement, was this impeachment anticipated?
Well, Philip Shaibu will make it the 17th deputy governor that have been impeached since this current dispensation in 1999. And the fact remains that if you take a holistic look at all of the impeachments that happened from 1999 to date, you find that these impeachments of the deputy governors have one thing in common: always a disagreement between the principal and the deputy governors. And it's always coming at a time where elections, second round of elections will be held to get a new governor after 8 years of the principal. And this always comes, at a time where the deputy governors are judged to be loyal to their principals, and they have now seen governance, they've seen power, and they're trying to, seek the office of governor. And usually what happens is the governors always have, so to say, anointed candidates. And this doesn't really go down well with the deputy governors. And when the deputy governors, try to say, look, I think I have a right to contest based on the provisions of the Constitution, the governors will feel, the principals will feel the best way to ease the deputy governor out is to just allege gross misconduct, get the State House of Assembly, and impeach the deputy governor.
So you think the judgment is not justified?
Yes, considering the fact that first, when the panel sat on Wednesday, the lawyer to the deputy governor was there, and then he said, look, let us stay proceedings pending the outcome. The matter is already pending in the Federal High Court in Abuja, and the court has already said was to resume sitting, the lawsuit filed by Shaibu to challenge the Edo State House of Assembly to impeach him, and the suit is already pending in the Federal High Court in Abuja. So what we all expect is the fact that, look, you have alleged gross misconduct, and already we all know the events that have led to the impeachment, and the deputy governor approached the court, as he has a right to say, look, stay proceedings until we are able to find out, get one or two things addressed. I thought that the State House of Assembly will try to obey that court order to say stay proceeding until all of these. So they went ahead on Thursday, and already the matter would not go in the favor of the deputy governor. So he decided with the lawyers not to appear at the panel on Thursday and Friday, and the impeachment went ahead all the same. But going by what we've had over the years in the impeachment of deputy governors, the governors of Bauchi, Bayelsa, Taraba, Enugu, Ondo, Imo, Kogi, and Zamfara have been able to, obtain court order to setting aside the impeachment. Some even
So you
after.
think Shaibu has a chance to overturn this impeachment because he's kicking against it? Does he have a chance?
Yes, yeah, he has a chance, but my problem is the timing. Because the campaigns will start anytime soon. The elections will be done within a few months, and we know how some of these cases drag in court. Okay, we know how some of these cases drag in court. He probably will get, the justice he deserves or the justice he wants at the end of the tenure. He might be reinstated on the books as a deputy governor, but the fact remains that in my books, I don't think the panel, they say gross misconduct, and one of the accusations was leaking of government secrets. So it now appears that the State House of Assemblies just use these allegations or whatever to appease the governors, because for the fact that it is coming, close to the elections, really tells a different story. And we all know the events that played out with the deputy governor saying he wants to contest for the office of the governor based on his constitutional rights. But the government of the day is insisting that, look, based on political arrangement and in the interest of equity and justice and fairness, just stay aside, let somebody from the Edo Central contest the elections. Now, all of these cumulatively led to the gross misconduct that we're talking about. But I just hope that this will not set as a precedent, because this really, Shaibu, of course, was a gentleman in the whole matter, preferred the court to take its course, the law of the land to take its course. But in the past, we've had it this good. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because, take, for example, the Enugu case, where the gross misconduct was the deputy governor having a poultry farm, in his official residence. That as gross misconduct and constitutional breach. So all of this happening close to the elections really tells that Nigerian democracy has not really advanced.
All right, Joel, quickly. So we have, Edo State has a new deputy governor. Let's have your thought on the political contribution that the new deputy governor, Mobayo Godwins, might bring.
Well, the new deputy governor is someone that's not new to politics, but one of the statements credited to the new deputy governor that he will be loyal to the governor, it just points a picture that the new deputy governor probably will not have much of ideas to bring in, considering one, the elections, the campaigns are about to start, the elections will be coming soon, and he's coming from a different party to the PDP, and though he's experienced an engineer, and then he has one or two experience to bring in, but considering the fact that he'll be totally loyal to the governor, which is not really a bad thing, but given that, whatever perspectives he might have, whatever ideology he might be bringing in, might not be fully expressed, considering that he has already pledged loyalty to the governor. So whatever the governor, good or bad, stays as far as that is concerned.
All right, let me come to you, Justice. I don't know how you've seen this whole thing that played out, but let's talk about what becomes of Philip Shaibu. Do you think he should remain in PDP or go back to APC, to his former boss?
Okay, for me, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for him to go back to the APC, because the way he fought the APC, or the way he fought his former boss, he fought and shut the door.
Well, how could he make such two enemies like that? Some believe it's not wise.
For me, I actually think that his political future or destiny is brighter with the PDP, because there is no way that APC will welcome him back with arms wide open. But again, this may not be what the APC chairman will say. They will say that anybody that comes, anybody with any level of clout that comes is an addition, is a welcome development. But we all also know that, okay, will he be able to rise to the level where we'll be able to use the APC platform to be able to procure power?
I mean, he has a lot to offer. He brought Godwin to power.
Yeah, he has serious political value in Edo State. I must admit that. But we must also note that politics is a game of horse trading. It's not your own value alone that will bring you to power. It's the negotiations. It's the people you're able to convince to also contribute their value to your value, and for you to, if we are to use street parlance, form a solid Voltron before you be able to amass into something substantial enough to be able to take power from a state as strong as Edo State. Will you be able to achieve that with APC? I'm in serious doubt of that.